Hi everyone. So now we are going to discuss an observer pattern. Observer pattern belongs to the behavioral category of design patterns. So behavioral patterns are the patterns which are concerned with the interactions between the objects. So it's mainly concerned with the interactions between the objects. So this category of design patterns will tell you what all problems that we are facing while interactions between different classes and how to resolve them. So interactions are such that the objects can collaborate with each other while at the same time be loosely coupled so that objects can be changed at runtime. So we need to focus on the interactions and tune them in such a way that each of the objects can collaborate with each other to achieve the final goal, while at the same time each object have to be loosely coupled so that objects can be changed at runtime. Okay, so observer pattern define one-to-many dependencies between objects so that when one object changes the state, all its dependents are notified and update automatically. So I'll give you a real life example of an observer design pattern. It works on a publish subscribe relationship. We all subscribe to newspapers. So we are subscribers who are subscribing a newspaper. And newspaper is a publisher. So when any event happens in the world, the newspaper publishes that event to all the subscribers who have subscribed to that newspaper. Right? When any event happens in the world, newspaper publishes that event to all the subscribers who have subscribed to that newspaper. So similarly, the observer design pattern is exactly the same. It defines one-to-many dependencies. Now who is one here? Publisher is one. And who are many here? All the subscribers who have subscribed to that event are many. So it's one-to-many. One publisher, many subscribers. So it defines one-to-many dependency between objects so that when one object changes the state, all its dependents are notified and updated automatically. Automatically is the keyword. So all its dependents are notified and updated automatically. Okay. The observer pattern describes how to establish a one-to-many relationship. The key objects here are subject and the observer. If you just notice the diagram that's on the screen properly, I have a subject class and I have an observer class. So these are the key objects, subject and observer. A subject may have any number of dependent observers. So subject is a newspaper. Observer are we who are subscribing to the newspaper. I repeat, subject is a newspaper and observer are we who are subscribing to the newspapers. Okay, so observer pattern describes how to establish one-to-many relationship. All the observers are notified whenever subject undergoes a change in state. So whenever the state of the subject changes, all the observers are notified. So observers will query the subject to synchronize their state with the subject state. So subject is going to have a state associated, right? And observers are going to poll or request the subject, query the subject to synchronize their state with the subject's state. This interaction is known as a publish-subscribe relationship. As I mentioned earlier, the subject is the publisher and observer is the subscriber. I repeat, subject is the publisher and observer is the subscriber. So what are the different advantages of using an observer pattern? The advantages are the subject only knows about the list of observers which conform to the interface of the abstract observer. It does not know the concrete class of any observer. Fascinating. It just knows about the list of abstract observers. He doesn't understand. He doesn't even know who are the concrete observers. This promotes loose coupling. So if you just notice the diagram which I have here, I have a subject which is the publisher. In that I have one function called attach. Now what is this attach? This subject is going to have a list of all the observers who are subscribing to this subject. This subject will have a list of all the observers who are subscribing to this subject. So attach, and I am getting an observer as a parameter. So what will attach do? Attach will add this observer to its list. Please remember, the subject will have a list of all the observers who are subscribing to this subject. So the attach function is getting observers from outside. So it will just attach this to the list. So suppose I call attach 10 times with 10 different observers, he will attach 10 different observers to this list. Same as detach. What is detach doing? Detach will remove an observer from the list. Just like you can subscribe to some newsletter, you can also unsubscribe, right? So if I am providing an attach functionality, I have to also provide a detach functionality. So detach will detach that observer from the list. So attach will attach observer to that list. And what will notify do? Whenever the state of the subject changes, the notify gets called. And notify will iterate through all the observers in the list and it will call the update function of all the observers in the list. Simple. What will notify do? Notify will just iterate through all the observers who are registered to this subject and it will call update function for each of the observers who are attached to this particular list. Okay. Now just like I have a subject class, I have a concrete subject class. Concrete subject class is the actual subject. It is having a subject state and it is having a get state function. Now what is get state doing? It simply returns the subject state. Simple. Get state just returns this subject state. And what is observer doing? Observer have a function called update and concrete observer are actual observers. It is going to have an observer state. And what is this update doing? Update function is calling the get state of the subject. It is calling get state of the subject and whatever is the state of the subject, it is assigning that to observer state. It is calling get state of the subject and whatever is the state of the subject, it is assigning that to observer state, meaning all observers are now in sync with the subject. I repeat, all observers now are in sync with the subject's state. So the key elements here are the subject is going to have a list of all the observers who have subscribed to this subject. Subject will have a list of all the observers who have subscribed to this particular subject. Attach will attach a new observer to the subscribers list. Detach will remove the subscriber from the attached from the list of subscribers. So attach is going to attach observer to the list. Detach is going to remove an element from the list. And notify is going to call update function of each of the observers in the list. Notify will call update function of each of the observers in the list. So what is this update doing? Update will get the state of the subject and save it into observer state. Update will get the state of the subject and save it into observer state. So with this, actually I am updating the state of the observer with the subject state. Update function updates the state of the observer with subject state. So that means when any event happens, the subject publishes that event to all the observers, and observers update their state with whatever state change that had happened on the subject. That's why when we read newspapers, we know all the news that happened in the world. So when news happen, it goes to newspaper. Newspaper publishes them to all the people who have subscribed to the newspaper. And by reading newspaper, we understand all news that happened across the globe. So subject is a newspaper who publishes the event when its state changes via notify. So notify is a mechanism for publishing the event. So in notify, it iterates through all the observers in the list. Okay, notify iterates through all the observers in the list and it invokes its update function. So update function will get the state of the subject and save it into observer state. Okay. Now what are the disadvantages of using observer pattern? Observers don't have any knowledge of each other's presence. Each observer is a disjoint observer. They just subscribe to the subject. They don't understand which are the other observers available who have already subscribed. Like when you subscribe a newspaper, we don't know who else have subscribed to that newspaper, right? A simple operation on a subject may cause a cascade of unnecessary updates on the observers, resulting in unnecessary operations. Many a times what happens is newspaper is flooded with lots of details and we get the newspaper. So we are not interested in all the news. We simply get flooded with unnecessary information. Okay, so that's the disadvantage. Now when to use the observer design pattern? The observer pattern can be used for following situations. When a change to one object must reflect in other objects without keeping the other objects tightly coupled. Whenever you all are designing your apps, you remember of an observer pattern when with a change in the state of one object, you want to reflect that in the other objects without keeping the objects tightly coupled. When an object should be able to notify other objects without worrying about who these objects are. Okay, so when an object should be able to notify all the other objects without worrying about who these objects are. Fine. So this is an example of a great program that I have for your reference. So this will explain to us how this observer pattern is implemented. So over here I have a stock class. It's all about stock markets here. So I have a stock class which is a subject abstract class. Okay. So whenever the stock price changes, I want them to be known to whoever have owned that particular stock. So I have a stock of one company, and whenever the stock prices change, I want all the people who have owned that stock to know about the stock price change. So I have a class stock, which is the abstract class. Okay, I have a class company which is inheriting from class stock. So this is a class stock, this is a class company which is inheriting from this stock. Okay, so there can be many companies inheriting from the stock. Then I have an observer interface, which is the investor interface. Okay, that is having an update API, and these are concrete observers, which is nothing but actual investors who are investing in the company. So investor is inheriting from I investor. So you will be having a list here, you will be having a list of investors in a stock. So what will attach function do? It will attach the investors to this list. What will detach function do? It will remove that investor from that list. Now when I am buying a stock of one company, my name will be added to this list because I am owning that company now. When I am selling the shares of that company, when I am selling the stock of that company, my name will be removed from this list, so that if that stock price changes, I am not going to get any more notifications. Simple. So this stock is just having a list of all investors. Okay. So these are basically four important classes. Stock is an abstract subject. Company is inheriting from a stock. Similarly, I have an interface of the investor, and I am having an actual investor which is inheriting from I investor. Clear? Let's get into intricacies of what is there in the implementation. So in the stock class, this is a constructor which accepts the symbol and the price associated with the stock. The symbol I am saving into symbol data member, price I am saving it into price data member. What attach function will do? It will accept the interface and add it to the list. What detach will do? It will remove the investor from the list. And what will notify do? Notify will iterate through all the elements in this list, and it will invoke the update function of each of the investors. It will invoke update function of each of the investors. Fine. So there is a very important function here called set price. That means when the price of the stock changes, I am calling notify. Whenever a price of a stock changes, I am calling notify. This is very important. And what is notify doing? It is iterating to all the elements of this list, and it is calling the update function of each of the investors. So when the stock prices change, I am calling notify. Notify will iterate through all the elements of this list, and it will invoke its update function. Okay. And now what is this? This is a company which is inheriting from a stock, because all companies are listed on a stock, right? So this is the constructor, and this is just the get name. Okay. Now I have an investor. What are the key elements of the investor? Key element is the update function. Now what is this update doing? Who is calling this update? Whenever stock price change, the notify function of stock class calls this update. Right? When the stock prices change, the notify function of the stock class is defined here, which iterates through all the elements of this list and call its update function. That means the notify function of the stock class calls the update function of the investor class. So what is this update doing? It just prints on the screen saying notified so and so about so and so company stock, its price has changed to so and so. It will just print on the screen saying I am notified that stock of so and so company has changed from so and so price to so and so price. As simple as that. Now this is the main, what am I doing? I am creating a new company, okay, and I am creating a new investor, and I am attaching this investor to this company. I am creating a new company, I am creating a new investor, I am attaching that investor to this company, and then I'm calling a set price of this company. So as soon as I call a set price, it will come here, it will change the price and it will call notify. With notify, it will read all the guys who are listed in that list and it will call its update function. So update will print this message on the screen. Simple. So I will again explain to you all this program which is implementing the observer design pattern. I have a stock class which is an abstract subject class, which is having attach function which will attach the investor to the list. It has a detach function which will detach the investor from the list. It has a notify function which will read all elements of this list and it will call its update function. And what update function is doing of each of the investors? It is just printing on the screen saying I am notified that stock price of so and so company has changed from so and so to so and so. So this stock is an abstract subject class. Then I have a concrete subject, that is a company inheriting from the stock. I have investor interface and investor class. So in the main, I create a company object. I create the investor object. I am attaching this investor to this company. I am attaching this investor to this company and I am changing the stock price of this company. As soon as stock price of this company changes, it comes here and it updates its price and it calls notify. Notify will read the entire list and it will call its update function, and update function will just print on the screen for all the observers saying I am so and so, I am notified that the stock price of so and so company has changed from so and so to so and so now. So that's all I had on observer design pattern. Thank you.